G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 12 of Brentford to Big Time. Today it is the end of season 3, our second full season in charge. I mean, we took in charge in March of the first season. I was going to say April, bad at things, generally speaking, I guess. Today we are taking on Fulham. It is the last day of the Premier League season. I guess you know what that means with the FA Cup, unfortunately. It is what it is. Before we get into it, make sure you do leave us that like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment what you think of the video. After this match, we'll be looking into transfer targets and who should come in, who should go out, all that sort of stuff for next season. So make sure to let me know what you think, and let's get into it, hey? So plenty to catch you up on, of course. We'll start with the fixtures. I mean, where else do we start? I mean, it's sort of what it's all about at the end of the day. So the last game you were here for was this 0-0 draw against West Brom, who are now relegated. They were relegated, I think, the game after that, so pretty disappointing. We've then beaten Newcastle 2-0. That was Ryan Shirky's first game back, and within minutes of coming off the bench, he grabbed us a nice goal, which is absolutely fantastic to see. We then beat West Ham 3-2 in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, meaning we got a trip to Wembley to face Liverpool, which, as you see down below, we'll get to it. It was a hat-trick for Ivan Toney. He did promptly then either one of the following games, whether it was, I'm not sure. Yes, it was this, you can see on just above my head here, that Ivan Toney got injured. So he scored after 4 minutes. He ended up getting injured, and he's not yet back. So that's just great news. We then went and hosted, rather, Liverpool, a 92nd minute equaliser, which is absolutely sensational. They took the lead in the 88th minute through Harvey Elliott and Evan Ndika with a huge goal in the 92nd minute. Then in the semi-final at Wembley, a fairly similar story, actually. I mean, they scored early, we equalised, they scored again, to put themselves up 3-1 in the 90th minute. We then, through Michael Elise on his return from injury, he of course broke his foot towards the start of the year. That was his first game back, I think. If I just quickly scroll through these, yeah, that's his first game back. Gets himself a nice little goal. Moments later, Vitaly Janelt from a corner equalised for us, sending us through to extra time, where unfortunately we couldn't get the job done. Of course, being without like Ivan Toney, still without Daichi Kamada, all that sort of thing. It is what it is. But it was very good to get there, to get to a FA Cup semi-final, to push Liverpool all the way. We drew with them here, and then it was just at the last minute in extra time. It didn't quite happen for us. Next up, we beat Crystal Palace 1-0 thanks to an Ethan Pinnock goal. It was actually header from Michael Elise, free kick rather. So good to see Michael Elise doing something against his old side. We then beat Southampton 2-0. Don Yamal getting on the score sheet and Ryan Shirky grabbing another one there before we beat Everton 3-0. Jensen, Godfrey and Damsgaard. Godfrey, of course, against one of his old sides. Then most recently we beat Leeds United 2-1. It was Jensen and Marlon with the goals, then Jack Harrison with a nice consolation, really, right at the death, and that leads us through to today's game. And as you see, oh no, you can't see, actually, ignore me, you can't see it. It's right behind my head. Couple of things. Let's have a look at the squad. So as we look at the squad, you can see there's a number of people still struggling. It stopped being all of our attackers, which is good news. So we've got, I mean, most of them back. I mean, Daichi Kamada yet to play still, since was his an abdominal injury, maybe? I can't remember what it was, honestly. But he's, back to the point where he's doing fitness tests. So, yeah, that's decent. He might come off the bench this match. Bidstrup, of course, as well, out. Vitaly Janelt is now out. Does it say what his injury was? He pulled a calf muscle and has been out for a couple of weeks. Nico Williams just got injured just a couple of days ago, or a couple of weeks ago even, and he's now out for another 2 weeks, so his season's over. Christopher Ayer is out for another 3 weeks for his twisted ankle. And then I think it was actually Daichi Kamada most recently. If we look at his injury history, yeah, he got a slight bruised ankle, and it says impact from player here. It was goddamn Pontus Jansson. Should have just put him in the reserves. I don't know, man. It seems like he's a saboteur. As a whole, though, I'm over the moon, honestly, to be in the position we are, which I'll go to in a second, looking at the league table. You can see up above the squad here that does say we are in 6th. There's a picture to paint, but we'll get there in due time. Looking at the goal scorers, of course, Ivan Toney with 20 goals all up in all competitions this season is absolutely unreal. 35 appearances, 20 goals, pretty damn good for a striker. I will absolutely take that. Then a bunch of people, contributing solidly. Damsgaard with 8, 6 for Mbuemo, 6 for Marlon, which is amazing, given he didn't score until January or so. For his standards, that's amazing. Kamado, Elise with 5, Jan Elcherky, and Bidstrup and Jensen with 4. As for the assists, again, just a number of really solid contributors. I mean, not necessarily a standout. I mean, Damsgaard is probably the standout of the squad, really, in the grand scheme of things. But as for assists, it is Damsgaard, Kamado, Toney, Norgard, all with 6 and 7. Then, a number of other people, basically. Looking at the average ratings, it is Toney up top, which is great to see. Then Janelt Karnaseki in 5 appearances, average rating of 7.08. He has recently been wanted by a couple of clubs, so I'm not sure what we should do with him. Whether we should sign him to a new contract, because I think he does have... he only has a relegation release clause, so, I mean, we're not in danger of that. So, we might be able to bump his price up a bit. It says it's only worth 9 million, which is a bit not great. What do we pay for him? We paid less than that, didn't we? Yeah, we paid 3.5 million, so to get 9 would be decent, but I like him. I don't want to replace him. Unless we get someone English and trained by the club. Might be helpful if we're heading to Europe, we'll see. Then Damsgaard, Norgard, and Godfrey, of course. Godfrey has been absolutely sensational. He's been playing a lot of the halfback role with like Ndika and Aya, or Pinnock and Aya behind him. He has been very, very good. I've been very, very happy. I think it shows, of course, in his average ratings that you cannot quite see. I mean, it's average rating in the Premier League of 7.04. Actually, just give me a moment. I'll see if I can shift things around so that the stats pop up somewhere else. Let's have a go. Okay, well, look, we can't shift it around the screen, so you'll look at it like this, I guess. In the Premier League, average rating of 7.04, FA Cup 7.34, Carabao Cup not so good, but that's fine. It is what it is. He's just been very, very good. I've been very, very happy with him all up. He's played a decent amount of football. He's... Wait, what? Is this real? That can't be real. That has to be like the team average, right? Because there's no way that he is winning the ball 53 times per 90 minutes. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, he is clearing the ball a lot. Lots of clearances. 58 tackles is pretty damn good. But it's not quite the ratio that they are quoting down there. He has won a lot of headers, though, and 77% of them. He's been very good, and to have that hub in there just doing simple passes, I mean, his pass rating is 91% accuracy across almost 30 appearances in the season is pretty damn decent. I will absolutely take that. Let's now have a look at... something I haven't covered yet is we have had a couple of youth intakes. Last season, I didn't even cover it because it was that bad. And this season, we've had one. There's not much to talk about. I mean, if you look at them here, even some of the ratings have gone down. So it's really not much to tell you about, but we do have here Andrew Lanigan, who looks fine, I guess. I think I'm training him as an inverted wing-back to try and, bring some of that through for the club. Then Felix Okechukwu. I don't know how to say it. I'm really bad. Felix Okechukwu. Let's say Okechukwu. I think I'm training him as a striker. Yeah, you see here, we're training him as a striker. Looks okay. He's 16, so I mean, nothing too exciting. And then Carlton Seward. I don't know how to say things, man. And then Shay Nugent as well. I think we did sign up. Maybe we didn't sign him up because I think he's one that the rating here, or the his potential star rating has gone down. So that's less exciting. And then just an absolute, a gigantic amount of absolute, what's. We need to work on that. I guess, we've been... if you look at our facilities... Where are we? Here we go. Facilities. Great training facilities, good youth facilities, but then the youth coaching and youth recruitment are, could improve, basically. So we need to get that sorted in the near future, I suppose. But if you look at the finances, we're not really in a position to do it right now. I suppose we are about to get a bit of an influx of cash with the end of the season quickly approaching. But, it'd be nice to boost that a bit. Maybe we need to sell some people. I don't know. Let's have a look at the competitions before we get into the game. Of course, the Premier League being the big one. If we look at the league table here, it is a tight one. We are only 1 point ahead of Manchester City and Leicester. Manchester City, who have sacked Guardiola. His contract was running out this season. They then sacked him and put in Vincent Kompany, which is just great news. If we look at Manchester United as well, Ten Hag's... Oh, he's only just signed a new contract. Damn it. So his contract was due to expire this year, so he must have very, very recently signed a new contract. Chelsea, coached by Zidane, cool. Tottenham, coached by Conte, and it's a final day showdown between Tottenham and Liverpool for the league. That's a bizarre one. Klopp's still there. Arsenal, still Arteta. City we already saw. Leicester are in 8th, still under Brendan Rodgers, and it is between, 2 out of Brentford, City, and Leicester will get the 2 remaining spots in the Europa League places, I guess. Then down at the bottom of the table, you can see there's 3 teams that are, right in amongst it. We are today against Fulham, who, in theory, assuming none of these teams are playing each other, could actually go down, potentially. Look, I doubt it, and whoever does go down, we will be having a look at their squad, because if we look at, for instance, Southampton, they do still have Romeo Lavia, who's looking pretty good. Looking pretty damn good. We might have to have a bit of a look at him. Adozi, not quite as good. So we'll have a look. Maybe even Livramento can have a bit of a... He could do a job as an inverted wing back. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, he could do a job as an inverted wing back, I think so. We'll see. Depends on how things go today. Let's head through to our lineup and see how we get on today against Fulham. So we're going to go with Alban Levant in goals, a left-footed centre-back pairing of Pinnock and Ndika. Right-back will be Verslev, left-back Hickey. Ben Godfrey, of course, in the half-back role with Norgard and Jensen ahead of him. Jensen, of course, scoring a few goals of late, which you love to see. Elise on the right wing-back to full fitness, or just about there. Damsgaard on the left with Daniel Marlin up front, hoping to grab himself just a nice extra goal at the end of the season. Ivan Toney, you can see just down here, not quite fit enough to make the squad. Of course, Nico Williams and I are still out injured. Jensen hasn't played. He's not even been making the bet. I don't know why I've kept him in the first team, not put him in the under 21s or something. But look, let's do it. We could secure Europe. This is absolutely huge. Why not? Let's just get into it. Let's get damn going. I'm glad that Lafont is being played in his preferred role. I'm glad he's happy about it anyway. Let's head on through. Don't really give a hoot about... Oh man, we've got so many options here. Let's just go with the old tried and tested method. I couldn't talk then. Of that thing that I clicked. The media loving our work. Let's do it. It's been a fantastic season. Even if we do finish 8th, fantastic. That's absolutely sensational. Who knows? Maybe, someone will win a Champions League or something like, or Europa League. I don't know. And we'll end up getting Europe anyway. But even as it is, if we win today, we get Europe, and that's what we should be sort of hoping for, I think. Let's get into it. We've been very, very good of late, keeping it very, very tight and not necessarily dominating, but being in a lot of games. You can see above my head here, I've got the league table in our sights so that we can have a bit of a look-see at the goings-on around us, I guess. So if Leicester and Manchester City, I should say, jump us, we'll know exactly when and be able to cry when it happens. 10 minutes in, we have yet to really do much in terms of shots or possession. We're starting to get back into it now. Here is the first highlight. Andreas Pereira with the free kick. Oh, not positive. Here we go. Andreas Pereira, saved by Lafont. Double save. Huge double save. That was massive. He's been sensational. He's been absolutely sensational. Great purchase. Great management. And, we'll, I imagine, probably make quite a profit on him in the coming seasons or so. We don't need to see the damn goal line technology. Let's hit them with a fire up because they haven't really started as good as we have been playing of late. Hopefully that can spark some life into them and we can get something going here. Nothing by way of changes in the table as yet, but another highlight with another Andreas Pereira free kick. This time it looks like he'll be shooting again. just over the bar. I think it's clipped the crossbar on the way over, which is scary stuff. We should probably look to stop doing that, I think. You can see Manchester City have taken the lead, so we've dropped down to 7th, which, again, still a great result, really. Okay, Leicester took the lead as well, so we're now down. We're in 8th. Here's a free kick, though. Elise to swing it in towards Ndika. Heads it back to Elise for some reason. Oh, my days. He's surely offside. That was an absolute dart from Michael Elise, it was. Fingers crossed he's onside, but I'm not confident. Oh! It is a goal. This is look at this hit from Michael Elise. My goodness. Absolute dart. Falls to Daniel Marlin, who puts it in. It's all good. We are up 1-0. Back up ahead of Manchester City and Leicester. Here is another highlight, though. 26 minutes in. Fulham on the ball. Willie Orban. Strange signing, but out to Soufal. Crosses it in. Lafont gathers. They have got a weird squad. Willie Orban, Soufal, Kairo Matoma is at left wing. I think it said Mbemba, which I only know of Chancellor Mbemba. I could be wrong there, but you know. Here's Roslev, though, taking it a long way. Looking back for Ben Godfrey, back to Roslev. Crosses. Oh, I think that was a Rabona cross, which is absolutely sensational. Saved by Leno, the header from Daniel Marlin, the goal scorer. Real resurgence in the second half of the season, I should say, from Daniel Marlin. He's I think he went about 40 games without scoring, and then scored, well, now 7 in the second half of the season, which, you know, isn't Erling Haaland standards by any means, but after not scoring for 40 games, I'll take it. Here's another chance, and Ndika with the header from the Michael Elise free kick, rather. Man, I wish I could talk. And it's just gone over the bar. That's fine. 40 minutes in. I'm nervous. It's weird, but I am nervous. Leeds look like they are now losing, so they are going down, with Villa and Southampton still currently drawing. I think Tottenham is still on top of the league as well, which is just bizarre. We'll go with another pump fist, and I'm happy you've got another gear. Let's just make it happen, please. Just please. The Football Manager gods, please be nice to me. I'd really appreciate it. Hit them with an encourage. Looking at the league table, looks like Liverpool are losing, maybe? Liverpool are losing and Tottenham are winning, so it looks like we're living in a universe where Tottenham have won a Premier League under Antonio Conte, and it is what it is. Elise with the free kick. Oh, a big save that from Leno. It was just about top bins. That was sensational, really. Michael Elise's free kick taking is very much underrated. I think it's 15, so it's not underrated at all, but it seems very, very useful. Corner from Elise. He then brings the ball into the box, tackled by some bloke who clears it. I don't know who it was. Damsgaard now on the ball. I think the highlight's gone, but see what happens. Roslev loses it, so that's good. Yeah, the highlight was well and truly gone. Looking at the league table, not much else has changed. Arsenal are losing 3-0. That doesn't affect us, and Chelsea aren't going to catch them. So there's nothing really to report there. Liverpool look like they've drawn level. I don't think it's told us about their match, but I think Liverpool have drawn level. Let's see. All right, 63 minutes in just about. It's time for some subs. Let's have a look. Damsgaard's not performing. Let's take him off to Shirky. Who else do we have down here? We don't really want to use Bidstrup, Kamada, and Janelt because they're all, coming back from injury or not incredibly fit. Maybe, all right, let's bring on Rico Henry for Roslev, who is looking nervous, and then we'll move Aaron Hickey to right side of defense, or right wing back, I should say. Oh man, another highlight here. Why am I nervous? It's so silly. Regardless of 6th, 7th, or 8th, it's a great season. We've made a FA Cup semi-final, had a trip to Wembley. We finished easily in the top half. Performed very well, got great results against some good teams. It's a great season, really. Highlight here, Dan Burn clearing that. They've made so many changes. Jensen now on the ball. Jensen into the box to Marlin, who scores another close offside shave. Jensen did very, very well there, bursting through the defence, giving the ball off to Marlin, who finishes well. And it's a goal. It's 2-0. It's Daniel Marlin at the double. 8th goal of the season. Jensen did sensationally here, just bursting past Harrison Reed into the box, squares it for Marlon, finishing past Bernlano, and we're playing European football next season. Man, this, I don't need to see that replay again, thank you though. This Brentford to Champions League sort of career mode is happening a bit quicker than I thought. Manchester City currently, I think that means drawing? Yeah, oh, it's right in front of my eyes. I'm dumb. Which means that they would miss out on Europe, which is pretty sensational. Again, last season we did get offers from a few quote-unquote bigger teams. So who knows? This offseason that may happen again. We don't obviously know what will happen this offseason, but alright, let's bring on Mbomo now that he's back fit. He can have a go. And why not bring on Kusunu at the back? 4 subs is fine. Depending on who the offers are from, we may take one. Look, I don't necessarily want to jump straight into like a Chelsea, Arsenal, United, Liverpool sort of, you know, that upper echelon of team, whether it is in England or abroad. But you never know. Depending on the offer, we'll have a look, and I'll take you through it, and we'll see how we go. Looks like we made it. It is 88 minutes in here. Hit them with a praise with 4 minutes of added time. This is so strange, this pass map, with the centre backs being so split, the half backs way too high, the inverted wing back is very inverted, but we're playing European football. That is sense from where we were like last January, about to get sacked, to Europe. Mad. Here we are then at the end of season review. I've just realised that the fan has been on this entire time, so hopefully the audio is, decent and I can actually release this, because otherwise it's going to be real weird tuning in next video and we've skipped this entire thing. Looking at the signings, we've got a B- for Karnaseki, who played 5 games, A+ for Alban Lafont, C+ for Michael Elise. That'll improve over time, I think. C for Ryan Shirky, because we paid too much money. Again, that'll improve over time, and a B- for Kusunu, who will probably play more football next season. We'll see. An A+ for qualifying for the Europa League. Tottenham champions. So how did we go against Tottenham this season? If we look at the results here, you can't. Oh, there you go. We lost 1-0 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and we won 1-0 at our home. So split there. Leicester missing out on Europe on goal difference is pretty painful. Leeds going down. It is what it is. Look, A+. We've qualified for the it says Europa League, but then here it says Conference League. So I'm a bit confused. We'll see next video which one we're actually playing. Looking at the FA Cup, B for progressing to the semi-final, a C that we attempted to be competitive, which is just lovely. And goal of the season, this effort here from Damsgaard. Let's have a look at it. We don't watch too many highlights of games, so why not have a bit of a look-see? Here we go. That's the wrong one. God, I'm dumb. Here we are though, and as you can see, like, we were away from home, but we definitely competed. We had the better quality of chances, on par with fouls really, and yellow cards. Corners we had more, but we actually were very good away at Manchester City. Who would have thought? Here we go. Let's have a look at our goal of the season now. Our actual goal of the season, not the second of the game. So a lovely sweeping move. Tony here on the ball plays a lovely through ball for Damsgaard, who runs into the box, fires it across Edison. I mean, it's simple football, effective football though, and a great sweeping counter-attack move to put us up 1-0 away at the Etihad. Lovely. Match to remember, of course. I mean, look, 10 goals and we had 2 hat-tricks, so pretty memorable. The FA Cup semi-final would become close to that if we had got over the line. I mean, the being 3-1 down with 4 minutes to go and coming back, pretty impressive foremost, and then we lost. Looking at finances, doesn't really matter, but we went down in broadcast revenue, which is pretty shocking. Like, that's a big jump too, which makes no sense. But next season should go up because we'll be playing European football. Competition prize money went up, of course. Sponsorship mildly up. And it says our reputation's not changed, which seems a bit silly. Looking at the best squad, look, I mean, obviously you'd swap these two over for obviously, fairly what you'd pick, except, I mean, I guess, The wide backs are probably interchangeable. I mean, their ratings aren't great. They're probably interchangeable with Nico Williams and Aaron Hickey, of course. Accolades, nothing too exciting, but player of the season, or fans player of the season rather, Ivan Toney. Young player, Mikkel Damsgaard. Signing, of course, Alban Lafont, it had to be. Goal of the season, of course, Mikkel Damsgaard. Then Toney, the scorer, top scorer, most player of the match awards, highest average rating. Look. And worst discipline, so that's awesome. That's really good. History in the making. Look, it doesn't look that impressive because there's no trophy or anything, but we made European football in our second full season in charge, really. Absolutely sensational. I'm over the moon. That's about it. I'll join you next video, either at the start of next season, where we do have £70 million that we can spend in the transfer window. So there is definitely things to be done and signings to be made, and you can let me know what you reckon, basically. In the comments down below, let me know who we should sign, whether we should think about moving to another club. I mean, obviously it's down to what jobs are available and you know, what jobs come at us and things like that. But look, if it's me, I'm pretty content right now. I think we can probably just chill and sit with Brentford for another year or so. But you let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very, very much for watching. Make sure you do leave us a like, subscribe, and comment all the things. Until next time, when we go again as Premier League 6th place finishes. What? Peace.